Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. In today's vlog, I'm going to be doing another author taste test. I've done a couple of those over the past couple months. I did them a lot when I first started my channel, and I'm so happy to be getting back into them. So today we are putting the spotlight on Sally Hepworth. She is an Australian thriller author, and I have never read from her before, so super excited to get into it. I am going to be reading her new release, The Soulmate, as well as The Good Sister, which is a backlist title in this video, and we're going to go ahead and start with The Good Sister. But before we get into the books, I do want to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Magic Mind. Y'all know I take my little productivity shots whenever I need them. So let's cut to when I took mine the morning that I started filming this video. So here I am making my daily Magic Mind supplement. Basically, Magic Mind is a health shot and it has nootropics inside. This is why it works to boost your memory, boost your focus, all that good stuff. There is something inside called Bacopa Monnieri and it boosts your working memory. So this is backed by science and they naturally adapt to what your body needs when you are under stress. It is the perfect little productivity shot that just helps you focus and stops procrastination in its tracks. So most people actually think that coffee helps with procrastination, but it actually raises your cortisol levels, which causes anxiety and stress, which can actually bring a higher urge to procrastinate. And the adaptogens and nootropics in Magic Mind reduce your stress levels. So your productivity does not take a hit. And of course, the best thing about Magic Mind is that they have a 100% money back guarantee. There we go. Now I feel super prepared to go about the rest of my day. So if you want to try out Magic Mind, of course, I will have my link down below. Don't forget to use my code and keep yourself focused without overloading your body with caffeine. They taste so good, and I use them when I don't want that like jittery feeling of caffeine, but I just want that little boost of focus. And you'll also see me throughout this video taking my Magic Mind before I go to the gym and just when I need a little energy focused boost in the middle of my day. As y'all know, I work really weird hours. I will have like a whole block of sessions in the morning and then hours and hours and hours will go by and then I start my night sessions. So in that interim time, it would be really easy to like just go to sleep and feel really low energy. And of course, I got to show up for my clients. So taking my little Magic Mind is a great way to boost my focus when I'm ready to go for my second half of the day. Thank you so much as always to Magic Mind for sponsoring this video. Now let's go ahead and get into the vlog. Hello vlog. I am 20% of the way through The Good Sister. I've had sessions all day long at the park and I've just been listening in between when I could, and I also have the physical book as well, but I just haven't gotten a chance to read physically because I've been on the go working this morning. But I am really liking it so far. It's really weird and quirky. I read the synopsis on the back and it really did not let me know an accurate description of what this book is about, but basically we're following two sisters and they had a lot of trauma growing up, and one sister ended up holding a lot of space, doing a lot of just like honestly parenting to the other sister, and now they're later in life and they're both dealing with their own issues. The one sister, who was really the caretaker growing up, she is dealing with infertility and she really wants to have a baby, but she's not able to. And then the other sister is dealing with what sounds like undiagnosed some type of neurodivergence, and she is such a fun character to follow because that like social awareness piece is just not there. She just kind of like says what's on her mind immediately in the moment. She's dealing with a lot of sensory issues. She's dealing with a lot of like social cue things that are uncomfortable for her. So we're just living in a very like awkward, uncomfortable, but like sweet and well-meaning character's head. And one of the kind of like bumbling, sweet, well-meaning, but not really appropriate things that she's doing is trying to have a baby for her sister in order to thank her for all of the caretaking that she did for her growing up in the scary environment that they did. So we're following her as she's trying to get pregnant for her sister, and she's like going on dates, like trying to find a father that would be appropriate to like be a father of this child that she wants to have for her sister. Like, oh my god, y'all, it is so funny. It is so uncomfortable and unsettling. I don't know about like the thriller plot in here. It's really just like kind of funny and uncomfortable right now, but I'm really liking it. The characters are really well developed. I also was not aware that Sally Hepworth is Australian and the narrator for the audiobook is Australian. So 20% in right now, and I'm about to head to Plato's Closet so I can get paid $3 for them buying 40 pieces of clothing. But I have to do it. I just did a big spring cleaning, like closet clean out, so I'm on my way over there, and hopefully while I'm waiting for my like buyout, I can get a little bit further in the Good Sister and let you know what's going on. Hello vlog, I'm done at Plato's Closet. I feel like this whole vlog is taking place in my car right now because I'm just on the move, but I just got done at Plato's Closet. I literally gave them so much stuff. They took so much stuff and I only got 50 bucks, and it's like, it just makes me sick that I spent hundreds of dollars on clothes and I get back 50 bucks, but whatever. While I was sitting in there, did get about 40% of the way through The Good Sister, and I'm really liking it a lot. It's heartwarming. It's so empathetic. Like, there's so much emotional depth. Like, it's sad, it's heartbreaking, but it's heartwarming. Like, I don't know. I just love it so much. So we're obviously following the one sister who is neurodivergent and like dealing with that, wanting to like pay back her sister. But then we're also following the therapy journal entries from the other sister. So we're getting her perspective in a way as well, just like not following her as much. The story is really about the generational trauma, the family dynamics that are happening. It's not really like a mystery. There's not like a thrilling, like fast-paced thing going on. It's just like a very emotional, character-driven story, a lot about like family trauma and things like that. It reminds me a lot of like a Lisa Jewell book or a Liane Moriarty book. So if you like those authors, I think you will like Sally Hepworth as well. I'm really loving it. There were 2 times where I was sitting in there reading and I almost cried. It is so great with the depth of emotion, and I really appreciate that. I feel like that's not something you get a lot from just like an average thriller that you pick up. So I'm really liking it. I'm just wondering when the like thriller plot is gonna kick in. Hello vlog, I'm back from all the things I had to do today. Had a couple more sessions after I ran to Plato's, and now I'm home. I just ate some sale Easter candy that I picked up at Target, which the clearance holiday candy, nothing hits like that. But as I was sitting here, I got a little over halfway through The Good Sister. I'm obsessed with this book. It is so intriguing. It's not necessarily fast-paced. It's just like, I care so much about the characters that I want to keep reading and keep reading and keep reading and pick it up and pick it up and pick it up and pick it up. Every time that I put the book down, I think about it. It is so addicting. But I have to stop. I have to pause my reading because I'm actually buddy reading this with a couple of my friends, and I don't want to just like speed past them. But it's so hard to stop reading because it's so good. It is just so haunting and like sinister. The things that family members, especially siblings, do to each other are just, wow. This sister relationship is toxic to the max, and that is the real thrill. That is the like horror of this story, is the generational trauma that is like moving throughout this family system. It is so intriguing, but also so sad, and I'm so aligned with our main character. So far, I am just absolutely obsessed. I cannot wait to get further in, but again, like I said, I gotta wait. And I wouldn't even be able to read anymore today because I have plans. I'm about to go over to my best friend's house and we're gonna make some sushi tonight. And then I have my Patreon watch along. We have our little movie night tonight. We're watching Murder Mystery 2 on Netflix. So we're gonna do that and then we might go out. Who knows? Who knows? Stay tuned.
I can.
Mochi. Hello vlog, good morning. It is the next day and I am about to actually go get 3 tattoos. I have a tattoo appointment, but I really wanted to finish The Good Sister before I went because I really wanted to get it done. Like I needed to know how the story was going to work out. It kept my attention so much. Every second that I wasn't reading this book, I was thinking about it. So I finished it up this morning and it's gonna be a 5-star. I am so happy that this worked out and this bodes well for the rest of the taste test. Obviously, if I really like this little book, hopefully I like the rest of Sally Hepworth's backlist and she can be a new favorite for me. This writing just really reminded me of like Lisa Jewell, where there's a lot of depth around the characters. It's not just super plot driven. And I also felt the emotion that was going on in the story. I loved the themes of generational trauma. That was honestly the real like scary factor of this thriller. I don't think this is necessarily like a mystery. There were a couple plot things that we were trying to find out along the way. That wasn't the like center of the plot, if that makes sense. So overall, loved it. So great. 5-star, go pick it up if your taste is similar to mine. And now I'm gonna move on to The Soulmates. This book is about a couple and they live on the like side of a cliff or like the side of a mountain or some sort that overlooks the ocean. And they have this little isolated cottage life, very cute, very pure, but something not so cute and pure is that the place where they live is a popular place for people to unalive themselves. So the husband kind of takes it as his unofficial duty to talk people down from the ledge, like literally talk people down and prevent all of these suicides from taking place. So one day somebody completes the suicide and he like quote unquote failed at his job, even though it's not really his fault, until the wife starts uncovering connections and like thinking that he might have known this person. There might be something nefarious going on there, which I'm very excited to find out what that could be. I'm gonna go ahead and dive in, but not now because I'm going to get 3 new tattoos, which of course I will show you. Also, I look like such a mess because I really wanted to finish The Good Sister before I left the house. So I'm just like rocking with the natural hair. This is literally a lion's mane. It looks so crazy. I have a massive period zit on my face that I'm like, should I just go full Tiffany and like turn it into a beauty mark. I don't know, but I'm stressed. I'm anxious, but I'm so excited to go get my tattoos. So let's go. Got my tats, Mochi. It's you, buddy. That is you, dude. That's you, bro. And here is one. And there is the other. These are for 2 more Arctic Monkeys songs because I'm trying to get one for every album before I go to the concert. This one's for Crying Lightning off Humbug. The clock is for Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High. It's from the music video. And then this one is for Love Is a Laser Quest off Suck It and See. So those are the new babies. I'm literally so obsessed with them. Bruh, is this you? Is this you, bruh? Is this you? I think that's you, Bubs. Oh, my guy is with me forever. He ain't dead. He just got a tribute. Hello vlog, I am about 20% through the Soulmate and I am really loving it. It is just that same style as the Good Sister, where it's like creeping information is getting let out piece by piece by piece. This girl died and I know it's suspicious, but we got to gather all the clues, all the background info before we really know. And usually that's boring to me, but the way that Sally Hepworth writes it is really not boring. Like, I'm really enjoying getting to know about the wife and everything that happened in their marriage leading up to this point. And then we're also getting the perspective of the dead woman, which I definitely did not expect, but we're getting that from her and learning about her relationship as well. I'm pretty sure this is a bold prediction, but also an obvious prediction, that the husband was sleeping with the girl who died. And we're gonna find that out at some point. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell y'all if we find that out or not, because no spoilers. So anyone can watch this video, but that's what I think. So I'm gonna pause my reading right now because Cameron has a bunch of friends over and they're like grilling out by the pool. So I'm gonna go get some food and hang out by the pool with them. I'm gonna do my best to keep my tattoos out of the sun, but I do wanna hang out with everyone. So I'm gonna go do that and I will let you know when I make more progress in the Soulmate. Hello vlog. I am up bright and early. Sorry, I'm chewing gum. I have a bunch of sessions in the park this morning. I don't know why. Everybody wanted a Sunday session this week. The weather is beautiful, so I am of course happy to accommodate, but I have a busier than usual Sunday. So no reading update, just about to go see some clients, and then afterwards me and Sierra have a piercing appointment. I started getting my little earscape done last summer. So I'm gonna finish up this ear. I think I'm gonna do my 3rd and then 1 cartilage up here. And then I can start on my next ear when those are healed. So yeah, she's just doing a lot this weekend. I didn't plan this. This was just spur of the moment, but I'm excited to do it. No reading update, but that's what I'm up to. Hello vlog, I'm home. We're trying to watch the Love is Blind finale. We're not having any luck.
All my homies hate Netflix.
What is this? After Stranger Things, you think they learn. But unfortunately, they haven't. And Boba is not putting up with any of it. One hour later. I've already drank the frickin' champagne. It's gonna go flat. It's gonna go flat. What are we to do? Hi vlog, it's the first time I've spoken to you all day. It's Monday, so I've been working like crazy this morning, and then I got coffee with one of my best friends and we had a little kiki, ran some errands, ate some lunch, and then I did more sessions after lunch, and now I'm finally off work. I want to read The Soulmate, but I have plans. So I am running out of the house yet again, and I'm going to meet my other best friend and Cameron. They are currently on a date without me because I had to work, but I'm gonna meet them at the restaurant where they're at, eat some more food, and then we're gonna go see a movie. I don't know what movie it is, but we're about to go see it. Also, my fucking helix piercing is hurting like crazy. That's good. But that's what I'm about to do. That's the update. See you later. Of course, y'all start playing and going crazy as soon as I'm about to speak. Oh my God. I am so tired. It is the next morning. I stayed up so late because I was just gonna read a little bit of The Soulmate before I went to bed after we got back from the movie. But y'all, I ended up getting past the halfway point because I'm just addicted to reading this book. I don't know what it is. It is something about Sally Hepworth's writing style. It just sucks me in. It's very, very similar to something like Lisa Jewell or Liane Moriarty, and I really like both of them. As we're following Amanda, the dead woman, and Pippa, the wife, we're finding out how their lives are intertwined and the similarities and differences between them. And I don't know, just like from a psychological perspective, I'm finding it really interesting to like compare them and compare their husbands and their marriages. I'm very into that kind of a book, but I don't necessarily think I would call this a thriller. It's kind of the same issue that I had with A Good Sister or The Good Sister. It just doesn't really have that thrilling kind of plot, but it's definitely intriguing if you like a domestic drama story. I was talking with Kennedy when we buddy read The Good Sister, and she was saying the same thing, and we kind of came to this conclusion that we need another category that's not quite contemporary and that's not quite thriller, that's like something that falls in the middle. And I would say that Sally Hepworth definitely falls there, especially with The Soulmate. But it's keeping me really entertained. I feel like it's really easy to read. I don't know, I feel like this is one that not a lot of people will rate highly, but it's my perfect lane. It's that stuff that I enjoy. So that is where I'm at. I am so freaking tired, and it's so like rainy and dreary outside. All I really want to do is curl up with this book, but I know I need to be productive, so I'm gonna go take my Magic Mind shot. Also, I realized that all I ate for dinner last night was a fucking appetizer portion of fried zucchini, and I'm starving. I literally woke up starving. So I think I'm gonna make some avocado toast. Maybe I'll put some chicken on it because I'm like literally ravenous. And then I should be productive, but like maybe I'll just read. It's so dreary. It's like perfect reading weather, especially this book. Like one thing I didn't talk about is the atmosphere set on this like craggy cliff over the ocean in Australia. I don't know. It's beachy, but it's not summery. It's like the perfect dreary springtime vibe. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, it's decided. I'm reading this morning, whatever. Sharing a bowl of Pringles. I'm sorry, a bowl of Pringles? Is that not the weirdest wording you've ever heard in your life? It's a can of Pringles. Why would you put Pringles in a bowl when they come in the can that's the shape of the chip? No, I don't like that. vlog. So sorry if you can hear my washer in the background. I've been cleaning the house, doing some chores like laundry and things like that ever since I got back from the gym, but I wanted to hop on real quick and give you a 75% update. I'm 75% of the way through and this book just flies. Like, to me, it's just very, very easy to read. But I did have a couple things that I want to update you on. So the ADHD rep. I hate it that whenever ADHD is talked about in popular culture, it makes the person who has ADHD allegedly seem really flighty and disorganized, when a lot of the times that's just the most stereotypical way that ADHD symptoms will present. And as us in the mental health profession know, if there are any of you out there in that profession, then you know, ADHD is probably the #1 misdiagnosed psychological disorder. So it's really not surprising that a lot of people don't have a good grasp on what it is, because a lot of professionals really don't truly understand that type of neurodivergence. And for me as a clinician, it's been really helpful to see ADHD as neurodivergence rather than something that's an issue or a problem. And this book doesn't do anything to stop perpetuating the idea that ADHD is a problem. I can even see how this like negative characterization with the husband's ADHD could be harmful, especially if it's like, oh, this was like an impulsive action that he took. It's a reason why this like crime happened if he did end up pushing her. Again, no spoilers, but I could see it going down that route and it kind of puts a weirdish taste in my mouth, but it's not taking too much away from the enjoyment. I definitely don't think it would if you're not a mental health professional, just like having intrusive thoughts about that. But then the other thing that's coming up for me is this is definitely more of a like corporate thriller. Like, it's a lot of like shady business practices and blackmail and just like, I don't know, more logistical kind of thrilling. It's not heart pumping. It's not, I wouldn't call it fast paced, even though it is going really fast because it's easy to read. This is definitely more of what I would call like a corporate thriller. Definitely rich people drama, shady business practices, things like that. So if you like things like that, this is going to be a book for you. And if you don't, I can see a lot of people really not liking this. So I'm enjoying it, but those are the things that, you know, could be some things to look out for, some things to discuss. Yeah, I have to start work. So I'm going to jump into sessions, go be a therapist, and I will let you know later tonight or tomorrow morning when I finish up The Soulmate and I have a full review for you. Hello vlog, it is the next morning and I have finished The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. I just finished it up last night. I cannot believe how fast I got through this book. Every single time I picked it up, it was like, all of a sudden I arrived at the end and I was like, what? It was a twist that I literally never could have guessed in a million years. This is kind of giving Daisy Darker because of the out of left field twist and the following the perspective of kind of a different situation, I will say that. And I don't think that's a spoiler for this book, but it would possibly be a spoiler for Daisy Darker, which is why I'm not saying that exact connection there. But overall, I really, really enjoyed this book, especially that twist. I think it was really well done, but because it went so quickly and I was getting through it so fast, I feel like I didn't get enough closure with the epilogue. Like that last chapter, I just wish I would have gotten a little bit more. But overall, I really did enjoy my time with this book. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I know I said I was worried about that mental health rep, but at the end, it really resolved itself great. It actually touched on one of the things I talked about in my last update, which is the very, very common misdiagnosis of ADHD. And it talked about just like a bigger conversation about mental health and people who struggle with really intense psychological disorders, how it can affect the entire family system, not just themselves. And it wasn't doing it in a demonizing way, but more in a way to open a conversation. So I really appreciated it. I don't think you should take this as like, oh, this is great representation. I think this is a more just opening a conversation, and it's not harmful. She actually mentioned that she had people with the disorders mentioned in this book as sensitivity readers, and everything was, altered to their specifications, which I really appreciate. And me as a therapist, I kind of give it that gold stamp of approval. Again, it might be triggering if you are familiar with the disorder yourself or you have it somewhere in your family. It could definitely be triggering to you. Whether the representation is good or not, it might not line up with your experience, so keep that in mind. But overall, just thinking of the thriller plot in itself, it's a good, fun 4-star book. I think the dreary coastal vibes were perfect for this time of year. So my mood reading seasonal reader self is very happy, and overall I really enjoyed my foray into Sally Hepworth. A 4 to 5 star. I am really not mad at it, so I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this little taste test vlog. Let me know down below if there are any other favorites from Sally Hepworth that you think I would like, or if you have read any from her, let me know your opinion on her. Don't forget to go down below and check out Magic Mind, get your money off, and get your focus back without the aid of caffeine. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to read a book and go to therapy this week. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!